I wanted to focus on three things today. I'm sorry I'm late, and therefore I missed what Mr. Gupta and Mr. Alok Kumar had to say. I, there are 3 points that I want to make. Let me make those points upfront and then the rationale for it as we move ahead. The 3 points I want to make is that we are now at a time when solar energy, together with wind energy and batteries, provide us the cheapest round the clock electricity that is possible. If that is the case, then I think we need to ask all developers of electricity, maybe the regulatory commissions, to require us to tell states and tell consumers what is it that they are saving because of hybrid renewable electricity. Hybrid means solar plus wind plus battery or some combination of that. Why? This creates obviously a competitive environment, but more importantly, it pushes each state to establish the kinds of priorities that are needed in order to create the packets of land that would be necessary for solar plus wind plus batteries to come up. Gujarat has done so recently in Khavda. We need many more such spaces. Back of envelope calculations reveal that all of India's electricity needs, including coming up for hydrogen, could be met by solar installations in just one area, the Thar Desert area. As we add Kutch, as we add Karnataka, as we add areas in Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, uh, we, this becomes larger. We therefore need states to cut out these packets. Why? The last thing that any of us wants, and Mr. Gupta will attest to this, is that you have transmission lines from solar to the load center, you have transmission line from wind to the load center, you have transmission line from batteries or storage to the load center. 3 transmission lines, each one operating at 30% load. This is a problem. So if you can have one place where in a plug and play mode we can establish solar and wind and storage, then one transmission line operating at 90% plus capacity utilization can help us in both planning for those transmission lines, but more importantly in ensuring that they provide the kind of plug and play connectivity in those particular land pockets. The third message that I want to leave you with is, while the recent round-the-clock renewable electricity auctions have found prices which are anywhere between 4 and 4.4 rupees per kilowatt hour. So they are cheaper than new coal-based power. The problem remains that the capital investment needed for solar plus wind plus storage is double what is needed for coal alone. A 100 megawatt coal plant costs what, 900 crore rupees? But getting the same amount of electricity round the clock when you need it, according to the Indian load curve, from solar and wind plus storage would cost something like 1920 crores. This is in a very real sense, it's not a deal breaker. But imagine what happens when everybody does this. We have got approximately 15% of the investment in India going into the electricity sector. If it becomes 30%, it's not a deal breaker, but what happens to the other sectors which are then sucked from where the investment is sucked? This is a challenge. This means that somewhere near the same amount of money, 15 to 20%, is used for renewable electricity development. This can only be done by increasing the velocity of money. How do you do it? Enable investment loans to be provided to the renewable energy sector upfront, but allow them to get out of these loans as soon as they have operational assets, so that that money can be used then to fund the next project. So instead of 6 or 7 years waiting for that money to come, you make that money available in 2 years. How will that project then be funded? Because the project is still out of pocket. That can be done through bonds. My retirement money means that I need a fixed amount of return every year. Power projects can do it. I was surprised to learn that my retirement fund buys equity and then sells equity every year in order to give money back to me. Instead, if we bought a chunk of operating assets of renewable energy plants, it would make it a lot more viable. But this means that people need to exit as far as investments in new projects is concerned, and need to enable bonds to come up. And all that it takes, that you would have to have risk management of those bonds and so on. These are the three issues which, in my view, are now emerging as the issues for tomorrow. I reiterate these 3 points. The first is, if solar plus wind plus storage is now providing cheaper electricity, every new plant should show what are the savings that occur because of this. We should promote states to set up aside land packets where solar and batteries, or solar plus wind plus batteries, can be set up. And third, we need to enable mechanisms which enable velocity of money to increase through quick return of the investment money and its replacement by bond money. I will end here, and I leave it to you for further deliberation. Thank you very, very much.